don't forget to catch me. Also, you'll notice that if you're watching the video version, that we have some lovely illustrations for each chapter, thanks to the ebook version. They're very nice. But yeah. Josh, what happens
Chris,
in this
do you want to
episode?
go through this one?
Okay.
Because I did the last one, so I don't want to do every single one. People get bored of my voice. I know I do.
Chris, are you there?
Yes?
Did you hear what Josh said?
Oh, am I doing the next bit?
Yeah, just, summarize the chapter. And we'll add anything as you go along.
Yeah.
Right. Let's remember what happens. So yeah, I can't remember any of the specifics. I just remember that basically, sort of, all of a sudden, we're back in time to an unknown period, following Benny's sort of adventures. I think the main notable things that happen in this chapter is she meets someone in a coffee shop.
Yes, her uncle.
That's been in and out of.
Oh no.
Before this.
Yes.
That
happens in a few chapters even. Sorry. But yeah, she meets a.
that's not this chapter, Chris.
No, she does meet. Oh, is that not?
That's not this chapter.
Okay.
No, that's the next chapter.
We really should be better at making sure we're covering the right chapter.
Right, Joe, why don't you try this?
Well, like the other things, I haven't read this chapter for a couple weeks, so you got.
Okay, I'll do it then.
You've got to imagine that everything started to meld together in my mind at this point. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do it then. That's fine. All right. Okay. So there's a 9-week time jump.
Yeah.
Well, and a couple of, we don't know how many years back in time as well. But so, yeah. So Benny's riding down the cobble street in Farringham, which is in Norfolk.
Yes. I believe I've been there.
Probably. Anyway, so we're introduced to our landlord, who is Alexander Shuttleworth. She goes to a tea room. This is very brief. And yeah, she does meet a woman.
Oh, bloody hell, Josh.
I was right.
Chris was right, as always.
Yeah. So basically, she's been doing hunger strikes to get in and out.
Yeah, she is a suffragette.
Hunger strikes. Yeah.
She is a suffragette trying to get the woman's vote.
Yeah. So then they discuss stuff. The police turn up, so she runs away again.
Yeah, that's more or less what happens. All the other patrons of the tea room look very dismayed at this suffragette walking in, and Bernice takes pleasure in just sitting next to her and talking.
Yeah. So we cut back to Benny painting out the back of her lodge.
Yeah. Painting the landscape.
Shows up, and they just talk for a bit.
What do they talk about, Josh?
The painting.
This is true.
Anyway, so then we cut into the school again, and the character of Timothy, who we were introduced to in the prologue, is getting a beating.
Of course. He was shouting in the middle of the night. He frankly deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd beat him.
Good.
Anyway, Mr. Smith, the form master, enters.
Yeah.
And Timothy's friend Anand is introduced. It's mentioned that his dad runs a small independent state in India.
Of course. At this point in time, that would be the case.
I don't know if that's going to be important for the future, but I wrote it down anyway.
It's not important for the chapters so far this week.
No, but anyway, so the figures from the prologue arrive. They see this cat. They're like, Oh, it's a cat. It's from Gallifrey. The Doctor must be here. Yeah, it's just a cat, to our understanding.
Right, we should probably explain that more. The characters from the previous chapter, being the Arbitides, appear out of thin air, having travelled back through the time stream. This suggests that the Time Lord, the Doctor, is also in this time period. Also, in Doctor Who lore, cats are actually from Gallifrey. So that's a bit of trivia
Well,
for you.
same as, wasps are from a different planet as well.
Yes, they're from the Vespiform planet or something. Oh no, they're from Poosh, aren't they? Sorry, no, let's not get
another lost moon.
Okay, let's not get into that. Right. Oh, I think we might have trouble filling quarter of an hour about a chapter.
Yeah, well, we'll just see how it goes.
I think we found our
There'll
point.
be some chapters that are longer. This was quite a short chapter.
I think it was like 13 pages long. I'm gonna wait until the slideshow gets to that point, and I'll make that claim again. But yeah, it was kind of a shorter chapter.
Chris, final thoughts?
Well, no, we're not getting into final thoughts yet.
Oh. Okay,
Jeez.
okay.
Talk about putting the horse before the cart. No, the cart before the horse. We still have 9 minutes to fill about this.
Go on then. Be my guest.
No, you're mine. But yeah, this was 13 pages in length. We do get an introduction to the character of Mr. Smith, the headmaster. What's the phrase? The dorm master.
He's just a form master.
Form master.
Kind of like a class tutor.
Yeah, the class tutor for. I forget the house name, of course.
It's not important.
Yeah, and well, we get he's described as a short Scottish man, and I have a feeling that'll matter later, I think. But yes, he is a short Scottish man. We don't have an illustration of him as of this point, but he will become an instrumental character in this book. So it's good to take note of some of these things. Yeah. Is there anything else happen in this chapter?
No, that's it.
Oh. Right. Well, we can probably start wrapping up then.
Yeah.
Josh, what did you think of this chapter?
Well, I mean, it was kind of, I don't want to say filler, but not much really happened.
Right.
So yeah. Obviously we've already been through what happened, but overall I give it 7 out of 10.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
Okay. Chris, what do you think of this chapter, and how would you rate it?
I mean, yeah. While there are a few sort of subtle things that sort of lead into later chapters, nothing particularly big happens. Yeah, I'd say about 6 out of 10.
Oh, hiccup. Sorry. What would you give it out of 10?
6.
Okay. I think that this chapter does a good job at recontextualizing the characters of Bernice Summerfield and John Smith and the Arbitides as to where they are in this new world that they've all become acclimated to in the time we didn't see. I'd say it's very good to set the setting for the rest of the book. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Right.
Right, let's move on then. So that leads us into the second chapter of the book,